killed like 3 people. This is like a serial killer that used to hang out there. And then when she got arrested, I go, oh, fuck, that was my only fan. I'm like, free her. We need to get her out. She's the only one that would go to my shows.
Holy moly.
Yeah, if it was, I would have made like $30,000.
What?
And all that money went to like Jake Paul.
Are you serious?
Yeah, because I used like a clip of like one of his songs or whatever, and that was the copyright.
Bienvenidos, mis amigos, ladies and gentlemen. It's about that time. It is time to Tony. We have a very special guest today, a good friend of mine, Mr. Jarrett Moore.
What's up?
We're currently inside of a Home Depot right now. You feel okay? You feel all right?
Yeah, it's very much like your wife left you and took the house, but the podcast must go on. So you're just kind of making do with what you have.
Yeah, that's a great, maybe a little bit, you know. That's a great analogy for sure. The pod must go on. It's really because I don't have a studio, and honestly, I just do it for marketable reasons. You know, people look at it and they go, this is kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Plus, now, Mr. Jarrett Moore, a little bit of a fan favorite on YouTube, you know?
Yeah.
Kind of popping off, doing things. I was just looking at your video, pulling up here, because I called you were over at Captain's house. And I saw you were at Captain's, and I'm like, I know I'm about to go back to Orlando for a while. And I'm like, oh, dude, I was stockpiling all these recordings. I'm like, damn, I want to get Jarrett on for sure. You had was that your first video essay that you put out?
The big one?
The big one, the 2.1 million.
Yeah, that was the one that I put like a lot of effort into. I did like a little one before that, like reviewing like an Adam Sandler special that I really liked. And that was like kind of like a test run of it. I kind of did it. It's kind of similar to this, just have like, you know, cool different like backgrounds or whatever.
Yes.
But that one was just in like one spot, and then it was like I didn't know what I was doing at all. And then the one after that, I kind of was learning as I go how to do them.
This is definitely inspired by you for sure. You know, seeing when we went camping in Big Bend, you know, you're like dressed up in like a suit and you're like doing like, you know, filming stuff like in the middle of the desert. So, you know, I got a little inspiration from Mr. Jarrett Moore without a doubt.
Yeah, multitask a little bit. Yeah, it was so fucking hot out there too. And then I look like a psychopath because I'm walking around like the middle of the desert on like the Mexican border and just like a full suit. Other hikers are like, it's hot out, huh? I'm like, yeah, man, no shit. Like, burn it up.
They're probably thinking that you just murdered somebody and buried them in the desert.
Yeah, it's very Reservoir Dogs. Like, I just needed like a shovel. Yeah.
So I guess I like to start from the beginning of your life, and then we'll work your way to where you are now. So the genesis of Mr. Jarrett Moore's life starts in Alaska, right?
Yeah, I was born in Alaska as a wee baby because my dad was in the military. So then we moved around a lot. So I don't remember the first time, but I went back there as a kid from like 3rd grade to like 7th grade. I was in Alaska. Before that, I was in like Oregon, which I don't remember, and like Alabama for a bit, which is a shithole. Yeah. And then to Florida.
So, but you were born from the age of 1 to 3 in Alaska?
It was like a couple months old, and then we left Alaska. Then I went back for like middle school.
What part of Alaska?
Kodiak.
Okay.
If you watch The Deadliest Catch, it's like a big like crab fishing outpost.
Why Alaska? What branch was he serving?
He's in the Coast Guard.
Okay.
Yeah, so he's a rescue swimmer. So like when those crab boats sink, he would go out and he would like get the fishermen.
Is your dad a badass?
Kinda. Yeah, but he's very like understated. Like he never tells like heroic like stories. Oh, and then there were 40-foot wave. Like he has like in my grandparents' house. There's like a newspaper article, and he got like this big like Medal of Valor type of thing, like big sinking ships or whatever. And then if you ask him about it, he goes, "Yeah, it kind of sucked." Like he was like, it wasn't fun. Like anything you get a medal for is not like, oh, it was a good time. It's like, no, yeah, I almost drowned. It was like not a lot, just blood and it was, you know, people dying.
So he's not very like, you know, he's not hyping himself up too much.
No, he's just very, you know, pull your pants up, get there on time, like very kind of stern, you know.
Is he an analytical guy? Because I feel like you're very, not like you're an analytical guy, but I don't know. You seem like a very. I'm trying to phrase this without.
Yeah, I would say everybody in my family is a different type of autistic.
Okay, yeah. That's a great way to put it for sure. Is he like that?
Yeah, he is very cat mannerisms. He's just kind of like a cat. Like he's just sort of round. He's in the corner. He's never like center of attention.
You started in Alaska, and then what part of Florida do you move to?
Clearwater.
Okay.
Yeah, another Coast Guard base there, and that's where his family's from too.
Well, that's kind of like, it seems like that was your home for a while.
Yeah, like a good majority, because I moved there in like 8th grade, and then I stayed pretty much until I came to Texas. Like I went to school in Orlando, but then just, you know, back and
UCF.
forth. I met my wife, and then I was going back for the weekends and hanging out with her in Clearwater, and then going to school in Orlando. Dude, I was going, I had pretty much all online classes, the second year at Orlando.
Yeah.
Except for one class. I had to drive from Clearwater to Orlando every week for just this one class. I have a dumbass major. Yeah, I have the same college major as Travis Kelce. So real, genius. Interdisciplinary studies
Come on, bro.
major.
Talk to him.
So that's...
Interdisciplinary...
It sounds fancier than it is. It's a fake degree. It's like what athletes get just to technically get a degree.
Really?
Pretty
that doesn't
much.
seem like that's something you would do. It seems like you would go...
Well, because I just wanted to do comedy.
Okay.
So I didn't want to do... I was going to major in, English.
Yeah.
But then my dad was like, that's a waste of money. You're not getting an English degree. Get, an engineering degree. And then I was there in, the... what's it called? Orientation or whatever for an engineering major, which I have no interest in math whatsoever. And they're going through all the courses just thermodynamics 3. And I'm like, I cannot fucking see myself doing this for the next 3 years.
Wow, I pinned you wrong.
So I kind of went just rogue.
Yeah.
You're supposed to stay with this group. I just left and I went to different colleges and just started talking to the heads of different departments. So sell me on being an architect. And they're like, the fuck? That's not a normal thing to do.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, I mean, it's a lot of class. They have no motivation to try to get you to be their major. But
Right.
I'm like, I'm a hot commodity. Why don't you pitch me on being what you are? And they're like,
yes.
I guess if you want to, whatever. So I was just going to different things. And then I decided on a business major.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, if you do comedy, you do businessy stuff. That's probably a good thing to know. And then I did early college before that.
Yeah.
So I already had 2 years covered. Then I had 2 years in my dad's GI Bill. So I was going to have 2 more years of free college because I didn't want to have any college debt.
Wait. Slow down. You 2 years of your dad's GI Bill.
Yeah, so the GI Bill lets you go to college for free if you're in the military. And he didn't use that. So he gave 2 years to me, 2 years to my brother.
Oh,
so that's 2 years of free college.
It rolls over?
It does roll over.
Wow.
And then...
It's minutes, bro.
It's anytime minutes.
Yeah.
It's like Cricket Wireless.
Yeah.
And then before that, I did early college. So when I was a junior and senior in high school, I went to the community college full time.
Yeah.
So I graduated high school with an AA degree. So I'm like, okay, I already got the prereqs down. I got 2 years.
Bro, see, I did pin you right. You do seem like... I mean, you are a smart guy.
A little bit.
You just didn't want to apply yourself to do the college route.
No, it's just not focused in those type of things.
No interest, yeah.
Yeah, I was just interested in more creative stuff. I wanted to be I wanted to compose music for film and television.
I could see
Then
that.
I don't know if I've told you this before, but you see that on my finger?
Okay, yeah.
I dropped a knife through it. So this is when I was a sophomore in high school.
Yeah.
I was going to audition to do the music program
Mm-hmm.
at one of the early college campuses. And then before the audition, I fucking... So I had an online gym class.
Yeah.
So that's where sounds like the dumbest thing ever, but you get a Fitbit and it tells you how much you run. And then I didn't want to run that day, so I just tied it to a string and attached it to my ceiling fan, so it would look like I ran 10 miles that day, just so I didn't have to do
That's some Ferris
gym class
Bueller
yet.
shit, bro.
Yeah. So I did that, just see how many miles you could masturbate, and then so I left that.
Little
I
trickster.
fucking forgot about it. I
Yeah.
went to sleep with it still attached, spinning around, and then I woke up in the middle of the night. It was the string got caught around the rotor. The fan's I'm like, what the fuck? I'm all bleary-eyed, tired. And I figured out what it was. I go, oh, shit. So I turn off the fan, and then it's still wrapped around the fan. So I get my pocket knife, and I'm trying to cut down the string.
Yeah.
And then there's a roundabout outside my house because a bunch of street racers used to cut through our neighborhood, so they installed roundabouts and speed bumps. What they did is they just built an obstacle course for drifters, so there's just a bunch of Puerto Rican kids in Honda Civics that would just do donuts right in front of my house. So they were doing that one time. It scared the shit out of me.
This
it was
is so much information in such a short period of time. I love it.
yeah, so it was 2 in the morning. I would just hear and then it scared me. I'm on a spinny office swivel chair for my desk. I go, ooh, and then I drop the knife. I try to catch it, and then it was a sharp as fuck knife. It just goes in one side, out the other. Fucking just blood, spurting blood.
So it just
out of it.
cartoonishly, falls into your hand.
Yeah. So I just had an Acme Wile E. Coyote Roadrunner injury.
Yeah.
And then it was just spurting blood. And then so I didn't end up doing the audition because my finger was all fucked up. So
I was waiting to see how this tied back.
So I couldn't play piano
Yeah.
for the audition, so I didn't end up doing that.
Okay.
And then, I was kind of bummed out about it. I got really into comedy
Right.
at that time, watching Doug Stanhope's special on Netflix in 2013, that
Dog.
Beer Hall Putsch special
Yes,
that he
okay.
did. That was well, this is my favorite thing. And
No
then I
refunds
just, like,
was like my scripture for a while.
yeah, and then I went to all the Deadbeat Hero and stuff.
Yeah.
So it was very much just like a huge Doug Stanhope like super fan.
Can't go wrong.
And then I'm like, all right, well, this is what I want to do. This is like my favorite thing ever. It's just started writing jokes.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh, well, I just want to go to a college in like a big city. That way I could do stand up.
How old were you at this? You were like 16?
I was, yeah, somewhere
Okay.
around there.
No, but what were you like as like a child before that? Like, were you like into sports? Were
Not as much. I did like Little League and stuff. I've never played integrated sports.
Okay.
I've never played sports with black people.
Yeah,
So
right.
in Alaska, I was like, I was a running back
pretty
on the
good.
football team.
Yeah.
On my all-white football team, I was a running back.
You're a running back.
But when I went to Florida, I go, nah, I don't know.
Yeah, I
I'm
don't
not
know.
that fast.
But in Alaska, you're pretty good.
Yeah, and yeah, I played like goalie and like hockey and
Not
stuff.
much competition there. Okay.
Yeah, but then I moved to Florida and then I started like playing piano and stuff a little bit. So
Yeah.
I got into more of that.
Yeah,
instead.
let's let the black kids run the
Yeah.
run the football up the middle.
You
You'll
take
play
that.
the piano.
I'll do art and stuff. Just draw and stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
So you were like a musically gifted kid as like a young boy. Or you just liked music a lot.
I got into it more like, when I was in like middle school, high school, my mom had like an old keyboard underneath her bed, and then I started playing that a little
no
bit, and
way.
then we got like an actual like upright piano type
Yeah.
of thing. And I used to play that like all the time. Like, so my last year at that high school when I was a sophomore,
Mm-hmm.
I had piano 1, piano 2, and then I was in the chorus class, but they basically just made up a position for me in chorus.
Yeah.
So I was going to do all the warm-ups for like the kids that are like singing, and then I would play the piano for their like end of year recital. So I had like 3 hours of piano class a day, and then I also used to go in on like my lunch breaks and play piano. So like half the day I was just playing piano in high school and just like prepping for like the big end of year like their showcase type of thing.
So you're getting your chops up. You're getting pretty good.
Yeah. So I was playing piano and that, and then I'm like, oh, I want to do that in college, but then I fucked up my finger and then went to comedy stuff instead.
Well, I mean, your finger seems fine. Was it that bad at the time?
Yeah, I got like nerve damage in it, and then it took a while to recover. It's good now. It's like the most minor thing ever. Like I have
Okay.
like nerve damage on just like this side of this part, so like I can't tell texture.
Right.
So like if I rub this or rub this, I just feel pressure, but I can't tell the thing. It doesn't affect the piano playing now.
Okay.
But I just missed because I just had like a big cast on my finger, so I missed the audition, and then I just sort of back
it's like,
burner for
whatever.
that. So I just didn't follow up with
And
it.
this is UCF.
No, this was going to be auditioning for the early college. So it was the junior college, like St.
Okay.
Petersburg College. I was going to do their music program.
Okay.
But then I missed that audition, and then I just got really into stand-up, and it was like, well, that's what I want to do instead. So then
Yeah.
I just moved to Orlando, specifically just to do to do stand-up in a city. So the college was just complete back burner.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when you figure out you want to do stand up, and this is like what, your freshman year of college?
Yeah, I knew I wanted to do stand-up when I was in high school.
Yeah, you said you were writing jokes in high school. What were these jokes like? Were you able to take them to the stage?
No, they're horrible. Because I was like so nervous. I didn't do I wrote jokes for probably like a year or two before I even tried to go. And then I went to the open mic at Side Splitters with my buddy just to watch, to kind of like do a recon mission and like scope it out. And everybody was so fucking bad. I'm like, I don't need to jump into this right away. I think I'll be able to catch up to them.
What?
That's what I thought.
What were your jokes like? Do you remember them at all?
Not real. Like I was very much like Mitch Hedberg-y when
Okay.
I started out. I had like super long hair. I'd like leave the mic in the stand, just tell one-liners like,
Yeah.
"Hey man," I was just also on Percocet. So if people are like, "Oh, you sound like Mitch Hedberg," it's like, no, I sound like somebody on opiates. That's
Wait.
why he sounded like that.
You were on Percocet?
Yeah, because I was so nervous, like the stage fright, and my buddy just had like a shoulder surgery.
Okay.
So then he had like a bottle of pills that he didn't want to take. So I just bought the pills off of him, and then before every time I did stand up, I just do Percocet for like the stage fright.
No way.
Yeah, and that's how I got addicted to stand up comedy, because I'm like, well, I'm only gonna do it before I go on stage, and I'm like, man, I should go up every night.
So if it wasn't for stand-up comedy, you might be still taking Percocet.
No, I never would have done Percocet if not for stand-up comedy.
Okay.
These were performance-enhancing drugs, so I could talk on a stage in
Wow.
front of people.
Wow,
So
you
that
were
was
that
the-
nervous.
Oh yeah, just like leaving this, like I was holding on to like the mic stand for like dear life, just like not looking at people.
You were closing your eyes?
Yeah, I closed my eyes on stage.
Isn't that amazing? Because now, fast forward now, and you're like, oh, I was doing like coffee shops where, no one really, like the standards
Well, that's also
were
much
very
harder
low.
too.
It is
It's
much
harder to do an empty, apathetic coffee shop than it is to do like a big theater or like a casino. Because they all want to be there. They want to laugh. They're excited. They paid money for it. These are just like you're trying to get like college kids' attention that are like working on their homework.
Yeah, pretending. They always
like Austin's.
Yeah, Austin's Coffee.
Yeah.
They're always pretending that they're like, it's like, you guys aren't fucking doing schoolwork. What are you?
Yeah.
This is just some liberal hideout. Which is nothing wrong with that, you know. We love the libs, bro. Shouts out to him.
Shout out libs.
So, what was your first open mic? You were geeked up on Percocet?
Yeah. And
how do you even? Because I don't know shit like that. Whenever I take downers, dude, I'm just passing out.
I'd also have Red Bulls too.
Oh,
so
wow.
I was bouncing the Percocet and the Red Bull.
You're mixing it,
and
bro.
then I would eat a banana too, because I heard like classical violinists, they have a banana before they go on stage, because whatever in there is some like beta blocker, like a minuscule amount. So I was just like stacking up. I was like, okay, cappuccino, Percocet, banana.
Wow.
So that was my pre-show ritual.
You're burning a candle at both ends, bro.
Yeah.
So, how was the first open mic then?
It was pretty good. Like the first two, it was at Natura, if you ever went there. It was right across the street from UCF. It was like a 2-minute drive.
Okay.
It was like right there. So the first 2 times, I did really good. And then I'm like, I think I just skipped like the bombing phase. I think I'm just a good immediately. And then the third one sucked ass. Like I did like terrible. And then I'm like, okay, so I need to fucking back to the drawing board.
Wow.
I just got, But it was good that the first 2 times went good, that I'm like, okay, well, I can do this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And who were some of the people that you ran into at this first open mic? Would it be Christophe Jean?
Yeah. I met Christophe early on.
Philippe?
Yeah.
Chris Renoir?
Chris Renoir started later.
Okay.
But I knew, Sean and Christophe. Yeah, Christophe was probably like the first like friend that I made in comedy.
That's crazy. That's awesome.
Yeah, there's a videotape of me like my maybe 4th or 5th time, and then Christophe was just in the front row at Natura. This is like 10 years ago now.
Wow, Christophe's up there in the front row.
Yeah, he's just fat sitting there. He's
No way.
Just short hair.
That's so cute. I love that so much. Shouts out to Christophe.
Mm-hmm.
So, how long was it until like you got like your first like paid gig in stand up?
Maybe like a year or 2. It was at Daytona. It was at Tir na Nog. That was the first place that I got paid to do comedy.
Is this
by Zach Bennett?
Is it a tip bucket or?
I can't remember what it was. I think Zach Bennett gave us maybe like $20, and we were so excited, just like we're professional comedians. It was me and Christophe, we were both there. Because before that, we had like...
Well, Christophe was pumped too?
Yeah, I think we both got paid for the first time at the same time. Because before that happened, we had a podcast that we never released that was called Unpaid Professionals. Because we were doing... at like the UCF like podcasting studio. We tried to do that. We never put it out. But it was just like...
Where is it? Does it still exist?
I lost to the sands of time.
Okay.
Don't have it. But yeah, Tir na Nog was such a fucking shithole. Did you ever go there?
Of course.
The Daytona? Yeah, people just smoke crack liberally on the back porch. That was where the Russian...
And those are just the comics.
Yeah, no, there was the Russian serial killer that used to offer crack to the comedians. Nelsie? Did you hear about this?
No.
There's an old goth Russian lady who was like 60 years old, and then she would just offer to smoke crack with the comedians on the back porch. She was always there with like a different guy, like a younger boyfriend that was like in their 30s or whatever.
So she was a good-looking crackhead?
Brother, she was rough. These guys were in the trenches. But she was like 60, 65 years old. She was an old goth that smoked crack in Daytona. And
Is she still around, you think?
I'll tell you where she is.
Okay.
Because I remember after one of my sets, she goes, you're a very funny boy. You are my favorite comedian. I'm like, oh, that's so sweet. And then the next weekend, I see she's on the news for murdering and dismembering her boyfriend in her garage. Like the dude she was bringing there. Like, so she killed her ex-husband, and then she went on the lam to like hide out in Florida. And then she's killed like 3 people. This is like a serial killer that used to hang out there. And then when she got arrested, I go, oh, fuck, that was my only fan. I lost my one fan. I'm like, free her. We need to get her out. She's the only one that would go to my shows.
Holy moly.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, this is the crazy shit with open mics. These are some of the psychopaths that you rub shoulders with.
Yeah, just a regular at like the diviest dive bar you could possibly imagine.
People always say this about about open mic comics. For like, open mic comics are crazy. You know who the real crazy ones?
The people that watch an open mic.
The fans of open mic comedy.
Especially the open mics that just pop up out of nowhere. Like, the crowd doesn't know that a show is happening, and then an open mic just starts. And that would feel like a hostage situation. Like, if I was out on a date and they're like,
the worst.
Everybody, an open mic is going to start. I'd be like, get your shit. Where I'm not even paying the bill. I'm fucking running out. That's the worst place on earth to be. Because then you're just going to have some psychotic 19-year-old like, shut the fuck up, you fucking... Just,
bro, I watch shows all the time, and I'm like, I see audience members, and I'm like, I don't know how you guys are doing this.
Yeah, and the people that freak out on them, it's like, they're not interrupting the comedy show, you're interrupting their drinking. They came here to drink with their friends, and now some kid is just fucking screaming. I used to throw for like tantrums on stage when like people weren't listening. I'm so apathetic now. Like, I'm like, like, even if people are talking, I'm like, I really don't care. Like, if it's like a shitty show or whatever, it's like, I'm not gonna throw a fucking fit. But when I was like 19, I'm like, this is my... I used to like lay down on stage if it was a bad show, just like staring at the ceiling, like on my back, just like telling my jokes, just like...
Really?
I threw tantrums on stage if people weren't listening. I'm so much calmer now.
Wow.
Because I went through the Mitch Hedberg stage, and then I went through a Doug Stanhope phase,
so
where I was like angry on stage, and then I was like a 19 like chubby faced kid, like, what the fuck is he angry about? Just like incel rage. It made no sense.
No, I kind of went through some of that as well too. I
mellowed out a lot.
I listened back to recordings a lot, and I would attempt to do crowd work. I would like ask someone a question, and then they'd answer it, and then they'd talk to me like 5-10 minutes later, and then I'd be like, yo, shut the fuck up, like nobody's talking to you. It's like, motherfucker, you just talked to them like 3 minutes ago.
Yeah, I know.
Of course they're gonna say something to you. So I would, a lot of cringy stuff like that in the beginning years for sure. Yeah, throwing oh, it's just my dream I'm chasing up here. I'll go fuck myself.
Yeah, and they're like, we just wanted to have a beer somewhere. And then like the amount of pressure you put on the audience. I remember one time I did some awful show. I think it was in like Melbourne or something. I drove like 2 hours to be there, and people were not listening at all. People were just bombing like back to back.
Yeah.
And then I went up on stage, and then like a joke didn't work, and I'm like, every time a joke bombs, I'm going to remove an article of clothing. So I do a joke, jacket comes off, do another joke, I took my shirt off.
Brother was butt naked at the end.
No, I kicked my shoes off over the audience's head. I was kicking shoes off. And then it did get up. They did start laughing because it's just the absurdity of it. But I ended up in my underwear. I'm just like completely naked except for like my fucking, just boxer underwear on.
Is Christoph enjoying this? Because Christoph seems like a guy who
Yeah, I think he was in the back.
Wow.
Yeah. But it kind of did get the crowd's attention. I'm like, well, it did work.
Yeah.
It was a psychotic move, but...
Okay, so you transition from doing stuff like that, and then you go into to doing. How are we doing, sir?
Fine. Do you need some help?
No, sir.
All good.
What are you doing?
We're just doing a podcast.
Oh.
It's the time to Tony.
Who's that?
That's
Is Tony right here. This is Jarrett Moore, a famous comedian, actually. We're comics in Austin, Texas. And sometimes we do podcasts in obscure places, And this one would be Home Depot today. Yeah.
Okay, well, I was just curious.
Yeah, no worries.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, Jimmy.
Yeah.
Well,
You have a good one, buddy.
okay.
See you, brother.
You want to say anything to the podcast?
Oh, I'm not allowed to.
Oh,
okay.
okay.
I have rules.
Fair enough.
Yeah, no worries, man.
Okay.
Thanks, Jimmy. What was I talking about?
What were we talking about?
See what I'm saying?
Bombing on stage?
They don't care.
Yeah.
What a sweet guy.
Mhm.
Bombing on stage. I think I was gonna ask you about like, what was the transition from you, like when did you like shift gears from being like bombing, losing your mind on stage, and then you're like, okay, I'm kind of getting decent at this.
It wasn't bombing that much. I never went through a phase where I was like bombing all the time. It's just when a show did go well, I didn't handle it gracefully.
Okay.
So I would just freak out if it was a bad show, and then you just get apathetic. Like you have so many shows where it's like, this one doesn't mean anything.
Right, and you're like a big joke guy. I love your stand-up very much. You're
Thanks.
like you're like a real comic. You're going up there crafting jokes. So it's like you're a little bit foolproof.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's like you're not like some of these guys who rely on antics to get laughs. It's like you're going up there with like real material. Who was somebody who like spotted you and was like, I don't know, come feature here? Like, what was your first like headline, or not headlining, but like what was like your first like?
Well, working at Side Splitters
Right.
was great because I ran like the open mic there, And then just, going into the back office to get paid at the end of the week, I would just like see the calendar and be like, oh, is anybody featuring for him? Is anybody hosting for him? So I almost got like first pick of just like the headliners coming through. And then the owner of that club liked me, and he would put me up pretty consistently. And then I was able to meet other people that are like coming in and headlining like through that gig.
Yeah, because at some point you leave Orlando. Because when I was started in Orlando, I never rubbed shoulders with you. You weren't an Orlando comic then.
No, I was pretty much in Tampa all the time because I just had side splitters over there, so there wasn't as much of a reason to go back to Orlando.
Right.
Because that big, like, A-room, like, headliner club, everybody would come in, and I'd work there pretty consistently.
Side splitters is a great spot. So who was, like, the first person that you hosted for?
Oh, shit, I can't even remember.
Really?
I don't know. It starts off slow. Like, you have, like, the off-night headliner, some, like, local comedian. You host for him first.
Yeah, Johnny Shitfuck.
Yeah, and then you host for, like, a little bigger guy, and then it's, like, the bigger shows you kind of work up to. So it was just some local guy or whatever. It wasn't anything of note.
Okay, but who was, like, the first guy that you're like, yo, I can't believe this is happening. This is my guy. I'm about to, you're pumped about it. Like, who was the first guy that you were pumped about? Just even hosting for.
Oh, I did a guest spot for Stanhope once. That was very exciting.
Oh, okay.
That was in Orlando.
Orlando, where at?
The Improv.
The Improv.
Because he posted something on his like website, just like, oh, message me on MySpace if you want to host. And I started to like make a MySpace account and sent it. Then I never got anything back. Yeah, he was just being weird. Okay. And then I just drove. Yeah, I didn't hear anything back. But then I like drove up there just kind of like sight unseen. And then I think Jake Rika and Christoph also did that and messaged him. And then we were all three there. And they're like, well, there's only one spot. Who sent the message first? And I'm like, oh, that was me. He goes, all right, well, you're going up in 5. So then I just did like a guest spot there. He was very nice to me. Even before that, I sent him like an email. I might have been like a couple months into comedy. I'm like, hey, I'm a big fan. This is my set. And then he goes, what's your phone number? And then I send him my phone number. Then he just calls me and gives me like notes on my set when I was like 6 months in.
No way.
Just in like a car at night. I just see like a blocked number. Or like one of those like *69. So, he doesn't have some random kid hassling him. Yeah. But he called me and was very supportive. He goes, because I used to talk like so fast on stage. Like I like no pauses, just to try to do as many jokes as possible. And then he's like, yeah, you'll just slow down eventually as your jokes get longer. So because everybody was like, oh, slow down on stage. And then it's like that didn't sink in. But then he told me just like, make your jokes longer. You'll naturally slow down as you just like flesh out the material and have like longer bits. So that was helpful.
I'm sorry, Jimmy's looking at us weird again. Mm-hmm. So that's sick as heck. Doug is a guy that I've been trying to get on this. I've been in contact with him for a while now.
Oh, has he been answering back?
Yes.
Oh, nice.
He hasn't told me no yet.
Yeah.
Which is a problem for him because I'm like, buddy, I'll pull up on you and I'll do your thing. Like Jimmy is scoping us out like crazy.
That's fine.
Sorry, ADD brain. Mm-hmm. But man, that's so sad. I love Doug so much, and I told him that too. I'm like, buddy, I used to listen to No Refunds like you couldn't imagine. I would hide in the corners of the warehouse and listen to the pod. And
that Austin incident YouTube video is some of the best stand-up ever.
What is it?
It was him in Austin, Texas, and Alex Jones opened up the show. This was in like 2004, before Alex Jones was like, who he is now. He was just kind of like more of like an underground like conspiracy theory, like 9/11 type of guy that like Doug messed with. And then like he went up, he started like this whole fucking thing. He's like, the fucking troops, they're breathing depleted uranium. And then like there's like a fist fight is like breaking out in the crowd. So there's like a fight as Doug is like going on stage and then just managing that like chaotic situation. And then he ended up like having a good set, which was crazy. And everything they were heckling, like it perfectly fit with his act. Like they were yelling about the Iraq War, and then he's able to pivot that into his material.
No way.
It's like the best set ever. It's called the Doug Austin Incident on
Austin
YouTube.
Incident. Wow,
yeah.
Okay.
It's at the old Cap City, I think.
Oh, okay. So you're doing the side splitters a bunch. How long are you in Tampa for?
Long time. So I came down like middle of 8th grade or something.
Right.
And then I was there until like 2023.
Yeah.
Something like that. And then, Orlando in between, and then I would go back and forth. But yeah, I've been here like 2 years in Texas.
Okay. And have you done theaters with anyone yet?
I did Whitney Cummings. She went to Florida. I did 2 theater shows with her, and then I did a casino with Tim one time.
What was Whitney Cummings like?
She was very nice.
She was nice to you?
Yeah, she was super supportive.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, she was chill as fuck.
And then, so when you get to Texas, right, what brought you to San Antonio?
Well, my wife was applying to medical schools.
Okay.
And then you have to submit like a bunch of different ones. So I'm like, well, just somewhere with a comedy scene.
Yeah.
If we're in like bumfuck Nebraska, I can't really do comedy like that. So
Yeah.
just like, I don't know, New York, LA, Austin, Seattle, just anywhere where comedy is happening. And then it ended up being San Antonio. I'm like, it's close enough to Austin.
So she was applying in cities that would be conducive to comedy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because she could apply anywhere, and I'm like, well, just don't do like Idaho, because if I go to Idaho, this is kind of dead. Like,
Yeah.
there's nothing I could do there.
San
So-
Antonio, pretty sick.
yeah, it's fine. And then I moved there because I'm like, it's close enough to Austin. I'll just drive back, and I almost never go up there now.
Yeah.
It's just like an
Yeah.
hour doesn't seem like a long drive until you do it several times a week. You're like,
Right.
it's 2 hours. Actually, I got to drive back, and then I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't want to hang out and like
Yeah.
hustle for spots.
No, I know. The hustle's gone a little bit, but
Yeah, I'm too entitled.
you say you're entitled now?
Yeah, to be like hanging around a showcase to maybe get up on the next one. I'm like, I'm too old for that. I'm a married man. I have cats. I don't want to.
Well,
do that
I mean,
anymore.
stuff has been going pretty well for you in San Antonio. You get up at the ride often, but now you have this kind of YouTube thing going on.
Mm-hmm.
Can you explain that process a little bit of like, I don't even know, because you definitely have fans. How long does that take for you to edit, shoot, to put out that whole entire product? How long does that take?
Well, I'm trying to do them faster because like the first one that was successful took like 6 months to do it because I didn't
6
know
months.
I didn't know how to do anything. So I was having to look up YouTube tutorials as I'm doing the thing. That was
Yeah.
like the practice thing on how to do. I'm like, how do you color correct? How do you insert like every little thing I had to do? I had to look up like a tutorial
Bro,
on like
I
how to
mean,
do it,
So what you do, they call them essays?
like video essays.
Video essays, right? And they're yours was an hour and 8 minutes?
Yeah. And then I did a military one that was like 2.5 hours and like interviewed a bunch of different like veterans, then like put clips of that and then I put the whole thing on the Patreon, like the interview.
Oh, okay.
But just if I'm
So
talking
that
about
one's
like
not even on the YouTube.
Yeah. No, so that one is on the YouTube, like the big finish, like 2.5 hour product. Because
Yeah.
I talked to like 4 different guys. We talked for like an hour or so each. And then just on different topics, if you're talking about like PTSD or whatever, just like here's this guy talking about it, here's this guy talking about it.
Yeah.
Or just like boot camp and then this thing. And then I just kind of put the clips together.
How does that make you feel? Because, like, I mean, you're putting 6 months of effort and time. Is there ever a point where you're just like, what am I? This is so much work.
The one that took the longest, I had no idea. Was because the one I did before that, just like the little like Adam Sandler thing, got like 2,000 or 3,000 views, whatever. But I'm like, well, they liked it. The
That's
people
still-
that saw it.
2,000 or 3,000
And
is
then
pretty good for
the
like.
bigger one. I had no idea it was going to be that big because I didn't know I wasn't monetized on YouTube either. So I just
Yeah.
used a bunch of like copyrighted music. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I'm not making money on this anyway. I'll just make it good.
yeah.
So then that one wasn't If it was, I would have made like $30,000,
What?
and all that money went to like Jake Paul.
Are you serious?
Yeah, because I used like a clip of like one of his songs or whatever, and that was the
wait.
copyright.
What?
So the
Wait.
money split. I think I gave Jake Paul like 20 grand.
Wait a minute. You gave money to Jake Paul?
The
Explain this.
YouTube ad revenue. So based on your views, like the YouTube ads,
Yeah.
all the money that would have went to me went to the copyright owner of the music that I used. So I used like a sample of his music. So I think I used other people's music too. So it might have been a smaller cut, but at least a couple $1,000s went to Jake Paul.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Wow. I
So
didn't
that's
even know
funny.
that that's how it worked.
Yeah. So if you copyright music, there's different things. Sometimes there's like a revenue split, and then sometimes they just claim all the money on it, just depending on how you trademark it or whatever.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Okay. So was that the one that got 2.1 million
Yeah,
views?
that was like the Mr. Beast one.
So what does that payout look like? You get 2.1 million views. You said you would have made about $30,000?
Something like that. Maybe it's 20. I don't know. But just based on like the other ones, like the one that got like 150,000 views, that did get money, got like 1,500. So
Okay.
I just scaled that. It probably would
Wow.
have been around 20,000, something like that.
Really?
Yeah.
So they make that much?
Yeah.
Damn. That's crazy. So the Cat Williams and Club Shay Shay one is like at like 81 million views?
Yeah. It was Shane Gillis's special, the Live in Austin one.
Uh-huh.
He didn't have that monetized for like the longest time.
Yeah.
This is something that I heard. Like he just didn't do whatever things you're supposed to do to like run ads on it. If he did, it would have been like, was it 500,000? Because it was like 50 million. It was like enough to buy like a house, like off of that
No
YouTube
way.
special. Because it's like the biggest thing, like it's the biggest like special on YouTube was that Live in Austin one.
He's at 50 million views?
Something like that.
Holy shit.
Don't quote me on the exact statistics, but I know it was enough to buy a house, and then he turned it on later, and I think he got some money. He's fine now.
Yeah,
he's doing okay.
He's doing pretty good.
He's doing okay.
Man, but you put in all this time and effort. You're doing 6 months of time. Is there ever like a doubt in your mind, or you're pure passion with it? You just don't really care?
Well, that one was like a proof of concept that I'm like, well, I know they can make money eventually if I'm able to replicate that and do it again.
Yes.
So that was like, okay, that's something to look forward to. And they're not taking as much time now. I'm trying to like get it down. Like this next video I'm putting out tomorrow should have been done in 2 months, but then there was just like bunch of horse shit came up. My car broke and I had a bunch of shit, and then I was waiting on like an ad deal that didn't pan out. So I was ready to post like 2 weeks ago, but I was waiting on some contract thing that never worked out.
Okay, but so how long did it take for that video to just kind of pop off? You post it and
pretty quick, like within like it just kept going up like that whole week.
What was it? Was it just word of mouth?
Word of mouth, and then a bunch of people posted on Twitter like, yo, this video was like, this is something different, and like Hassan reacted to it on his stream, so that got like his fan base. He's like a Twitch streamer.
Okay, I was about to say Hassan.
He does Hassan Piker. He does like political stuff, like socialist aligned things. So he watched it on his stream, and then his reaction to it got a lot of views too, and a bunch of like people that watch him ended up watching that too. So that helped a lot. And then, just some Twitter post of a random person like, oh, this is a unknown account just posted this. It's a really good video. I can't remember who it was. Somebody on Twitter with like a decent following shared it.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
And shit just blew up. And then you ended up getting an agent from it, correct?
A manager.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Excuse me. A manager from it. And what is this? What opportunities does this open up? You said you were sending out scripts to, I don't know if you could speak about that.
Yeah.
Are you allowed to speak about sending scripts to LA?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
So I was just working on like a cartoon that I've been working on for like years.
Yeah.
Like I was writing it during like COVID, I think, but then like I don't know how to animate and it's very expensive to do. So I just kind of forgot about it for a while. It was just in my folder. And then they're like, oh, do you have any scripts? I'm like, oh, actually, I started touching that up again. Yeah. And then I went to LA and I talked to like animation studios and kind of told them the idea of it. Then go, oh yeah, send me a script. So I'm just kind of touching that up now to resend it to them, or not resend it, but send it because they haven't seen it yet.
I just had the heebie-jeebies. Okay, good. I was worried that. Sorry. So, are they going to buy the script, or what are they going to do?
I haven't sent it to them yet. So
really?
I haven't even got there. Like I went there in person and I talked to them. I told them like the general like idea of it. They go, oh yeah, that seems really cool. That's like kind of in our ballpark of stuff that we're interested in. Then they send me a script. So then I'm just because I was also haven't worked on the script as much because of the YouTube videos. It's like people are waiting on the next one. So I'm like, well, my priority needs to go there first. Because especially like it could be years of hell to like get something actually made. So I'm like, well, let me focus on the thing that's getting all the attention first. And then now that I'm about to post the next one, I'll work on this a little bit and send it to him in the next like month or so, hopefully.
Is the manager, is he opening up gigs for stand-up at all, or no?
Not as much. I'm mainly focusing on the YouTube right now because like to try to tour right now, I'd almost rather just try to build up more of a fan base first. Yeah. And then I could tour and like leverage that to like clubs or whatever. It's like, oh, he has this many subscribers. It's like, I have an okay number now. I'd like it if it was bigger. That way, you could have
94,000 is pretty cool.
Yeah. But then to have more like, if it was 2 or 3 times as much, they might be more open to be like, oh, maybe we have an off night or whatever. So I'm just kind of doing the YouTube stuff now with the hopes that I'll be able to tour later. Yeah.
Man, that's so sick, dude. It's kind of cool seeing like the dreams kind of come together a little bit. I mean, it really is. I mean, it's you're doing the dang thing, you know. It's slowly coming together. And have you, like, you think if you hit the road, you headline no problem?
I have the time to do it. It's the audience turnout, which would be the thing that I'm trying to build up before I go. Because especially if you go somewhere like a new market, say I want to do like a comedy club in Kansas City, if I only sell like 20 tickets, the club would probably be less inclined to book me the next year. Right. So if I go out somewhere, I kind of want it to be good the first time I go out to have like a good first impression. That way I can continue to go to places.
Now, you're doing these video essays. Do they know that you're a stand-up?
Yeah, I try to put my stand-up in all the video essays too.
Okay.
I'll have like a joke related to the topic that I'm talking about.
Right.
And then just kind of let people know, be like, oh, by the way, I do this thing too. And that's really why I'm doing this. So people, you know to come see me do
Good.
stand-up.
Good. Cool.
Which I'm not touring yet, but
Have you been able to
eventually.
do any shows off of it yet or no?
Not yet, but I also haven't
Really
emailed
tried?
anybody to ask because I was just like, well, I just want it to be, I'm just kind of focusing on this thing that's working right now and then try to, cash in on it later.
How many-
and try to...
How many video essays have you put out since that one that blew up on 2.1 million?
I did 2 more after that. I did
Okay.
a military one and then the one on selling out. The military one wasn't monetized either. So I've only had one video basically
Damn,
get a little bit
playa.
of money.
We gotta get that. We gotta get them monetized, bro.
Yeah, the next one it should be.
Okay, is
Because
it?
it passed all the the pre-upload checks or whatever.
Oh, really?
So unless somebody, I don't know.
What's the one that is this the one you're playing instruments on all your?
Yeah, I play piano in all of them.
Okay. Well, you
Yeah.
also play accordion too, which I can't believe I never asked you about this.
Yeah.
I'm a huge accordion guy. When did you pick up on the accordion?
I was at like a house party or something. I was in somebody's garage and they had like a child's accordion. Like they had
Yeah.
a broken accordion. And then I knew how to play piano. So I started just playing like whatever little like Black Sabbath riffs on it. Because it's just a piano on one side of
Yeah.
it. So I was doing that. And then he was like, yeah, just take, there's just no one's fucking playing this child's accordion. So I took it home and I was practicing on that. And then I eventually got a nicer one because you know how I was working with like the chorus department.
Yes.
So after I graduated, they were doing a part of a musical. It was Natasha Pierre and the Great Comet of 1812. It's based on like a Tolstoy
Okay.
novel. They did like a musical version of it. Anyway, so it's Russian, so they have an accordion
Yeah.
segment in it. And then my old music teacher hit me up. He's like, hey, do you still have that accordion? Do you want to play for this like high school thing? I'll just pay you as like a session musician to like come in. So it was like the year after I graduated, I went back and I played accordion for like some high school thing. And I'm like, well, I need
Okay.
a good accordion for that.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
then I, just played accordion there.
It's the one that you brought to Big Ben?
Yeah.
Damn, that's sick, bro. So you're kind of a legend. Accordion king. Shit's popping off on YouTube. Where do you see yourself in 5 years, dog? Where do you see it?
5 years.
Yeah, where do you see it, bro?
Dude, I have no fucking clue.
Really?
Yeah, I'm going to keep doing these as long as people are interested in them.
Okay.
The YouTube video essay thing. So hopefully that grows a Patreon, that I just have a private podcast on Patreon for people.
You're not feeling
in
yourself
between
get burnt
essays.
out at all?
It is a lot of work, but what else am I doing?
True.
Yeah, so
True.
it's,
What about, you see yourself staying in San Antonio, or what is it?
No, well, she has to finish school.
Okay.
So then she's going to start applying to residency programs. So we're going to move wherever she gets into residency. So it'll be the same thing, just like apply to places with comedy scenes. If you get in LA, that would be cool if I'd
Yeah.
be able to move to LA in like 2 years.
Daddy, big leagues.
Yeah.
That'd be fun as heck. All right, dog. Well, I'm all honestly questioned out.
Yeah.
We did it. Remember, you know what? Like I said, nobody cares, and it wasn't that bad.
Oh, just for the Home Depot staff to kick you out?
Yeah,
no.
no, I'm saying it's like it's
Yeah,
not
Jimmy
that
was a
bad
swell
of a
guy.
setup, and Jimmy was a great swell guy. So I don't know. Shout out your Patreon. I don't know if anyone will. No, shout out your Patreon.
Oh, my Patreon.
Yeah, yeah,
oh,
yeah.
It's just my name, Jarrett Moore,
Yeah,
on there.
Jarrett Moore.
So if you want to see me gossip.
All right, guys. Well, peace out, and listen to Time to Tony and share it with your friends and family. Love you guys. Peace. Thanks, Jared.
Thanks, man.